you can't heal what you won't admit. And families have mastered the art of silence. If episode 9 exposed the quiet competition between siblings, today we're diving deeper into generational jealousy. That strange tension that you feel with a cousin, that coldness from an aunt, that silence from a sibling who used to be your best friend, until you started doing too well. Let's talk about it. Because sometimes the reason your family doesn't clap for you is because they're still clinging to the version of you that never had a voice, or a choice, or a shot at more. Success will cost you comfort, but sometimes it also costs you closeness. Not because you've changed, but because you grew and they didn't. And for many in the Black community, this isn't just personal, it's generational. In an ideal family dynamic, parents will raise their children to be unified, not divided, to lift each other up, not to tear each other down, to celebrate each other's uniqueness, not punish each other for being different. Because every child doesn't have to walk the same path, but they should work with the same respect. Imagine a family where siblings were taught that being a ladder for one another is a strength, not a threat. That one's success is the family's success. That the family name matters, and you carry it with dignity wherever you go. That it's okay to be different in mindset, gifts, or physical appearance, but not in loyalty or love. But sadly, many of us didn't grow up with that foundation. We grew up with comparisons. Why can't you be more like your sister? Your brother did it. What's wrong with you? He was always the smart one. She was the pretty one. You just existed. And in that subtle emotional imbalance, jealousy starts to grow. First, between siblings, then between generations. When parents don't correct it, they pass it down, often unknowingly. They teach their children to compete for love instead of share it. They show favoritism, ignore disrespect, or fail to instill empathy, and then wonder why their kids won't speak to each other in adulthood. Let's be clear. Jealousy is not always the child's fault. Sometimes it's the byproduct of parental neglect, favoritism, or emotional immaturity. When one child is burdened with everything while the other is babied, when accountability is only applied to one and excuses made for the other, when emotional intelligence is never modeled or nurtured, then what you're left with isn't just dysfunction. You're left with siblings who grow up resenting each other and don't even know why. And here's the truth. Many times, your growth threatens the people who are still living in the version of life you outgrew. When you start healing, you disrupt the cycle. When you become emotionally aware, you can no longer tolerate manipulation. When you set boundaries, it exposes the dysfunction they've learned to live with. So, they say you've changed. They call you fake. They distance themselves and secretly hope you fall, just so they don't have to confront their own stagnation. This isn't hate, it's pain, unprocessed pain. Pain that was never talked about, just transferred. So what do? We acknowledge the hurt. Number one, stop pretending your family is perfect. Say what's real, even if it's not pretty. The only way to break the pattern is to first name the pattern. Number two, we talk about the legacy parents. Teach your children that their siblings are not their rivals. That love isn't earned by competing. It's giving and protected. Teach them that respect is non-negotiable and empathy is power. Number three, model the unity. Be the one who shows up. Be the one who forgives. Be the one who celebrates your brother, your sister, your cousin, even when you're struggling. Because unity is taught by example, not just by speech. Let this sink in. If we don't heal from the jealousy within our bloodlines, we'll keep repeating poverty, emotionally and generationally. Not because we lack potential, but because we lack peace with one another. You shouldn't have to succeed in silence. You shouldn't have to distance yourself to grow. But if that's what it takes to protect your peace, then so be it. Still, we hold space for healing, because at the end of the day, family should be a safe place, not a silent battlefield. I'm with Mike Bello, the only one for On Camera, and this is Deep Thought. Until next time, with love.